The Flygsystem fighter aircraft 2020 is an ongoing project by the Swedish Air Force to develop a sixth-generation low-observable fighter jet by the year 2035. Although very little public information exists about the fighter jet project, there are reports which prove it would be one of the finest fighter aircraft ever produced. The fighter aircraft is designed to feature many aspects common in sixth-generation aircraft. It will include artificial intelligence within the cockpit to boost situational awareness, the ability to operate as a drone command center, and state-of-the-art stealth capabilities. Here's why the Flygsystem 2020 fighter jet could prove to be a game-changer in the air defense market, and also how it can be a challenge to China's J-36 fighter jet. The new aircraft sets itself apart from the already impressive JAS-39 Gripen by offering cutting-edge stealth technology. Saab's vision is to transform the Flygsystem 2020 into one of the stealthiest jets out there, minimizing its infrared and sound footprint to almost nothing, as per a report by 1945. The Flygsystem 2020 is designed to be launched from safe distances, out of range of enemy defenses. This feature allows drones to take out missile sites and radar installations at the very start of a conflict. With these threats neutralized, the non-stealth JAS-39 Gripen can then move in to carry out ground attacks by the second or third day of the battle. The Chinese J-36 fighter jet is a military aircraft being developed by Chengdu Aircraft Industry Group, CAIC. Tested by the Chinese group, the two technology demonstrator aircraft that were seen in a viral video, one of which was designed by CAIC, were allegedly spotted conducting test flights in China, leading to them making headlines across the globe. The J-36 Chinese fighter jet gets power from 3 engines with 2 of them on either side of the fuselage, and the third positioned on top above the wings. Some have compared the flight of the J-36 with U.S. Air Force USAF demonstrators secretly flown in the past for next-generation air dominance NGAD. However, the validity of this comparison would depend on how the J-36 and the various USAF NGAD demonstrators relate to their respective final production models. The development of the Chengdu J-36 represents a critical milestone in China's military aviation program, particularly as the nation seeks to compete with the most advanced fighters in the world, including the U.S. F-35 and F-22. The J-36 is expected to play a pivotal role in air superiority and power projection, leveraging its advanced stealth, high-speed performance, and versatile payload capabilities. Its development comes at a time when China is expanding its influence and military capabilities, particularly in the Indo-Pacific region. As the People's Liberation Army Air Force, PLAAF, continues to modernize, the J-36 is likely to form a core component of its next-generation fleet, complementing existing platforms such as the J-20 and J-35. Together, these aircraft will provide China with a robust and flexible air combat capability, enabling it to defend its strategic interests both domestically and internationally. Additionally, the Swedes may want to ensure they have concrete design and price estimates before they begin bragging about the Flygsystem 2020. The U.S. Air Force is struggling with its sixth-generation warplane, the Next-Generation Air Dominance Fighter, NGAD. The NGAD program is on operational pause until the incoming Trump administration's national security team can review it and determine whether the airplane will get a green light for further development. The Swedish Air Force's Flygsystem 2020 program is an indigenous initiative to develop and eventually field a fifth-generation stealth aircraft sometime in the next decade. However, given the availability of fifth-generation aircraft already, first and foremost the American-led F-35 program, as well as the progress being made by various other European countries to develop and field fifth- or sixth-generation aircraft already, it would not be surprising if Sweden chooses to join a project that already exists rather than to strike out on its own, given the cost and technological challenges inherent in stealth fighter design. Sweden has signaled interest in collaborating with existing sixth-generation fighter projects like the Tempest, as well as the Future Combat Air System program, which is known by its acronym FCAS. In 2022, Japan, Italy, and the United Kingdom banded together to jointly develop a sixth-generation fighter aircraft under the auspices of the Global Combat Air Program. Sweden has indicated an interest in the program. The Swedes also have big plans for the Flygsystem 2020 regarding manned-unmanned teaming capabilities. This means the sixth-generation fighter can control a loyal wingman drone or flight of drones that can sprint ahead to fire hypersonic missiles, collect intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance data, conduct electronic warfare, and determine bomb damage assessment. Artificial intelligence will help control the loyal wingman drones, but these new systems can make the pilot's decision-making quicker. AI can complete tasks such as navigation and sensor evaluation, while the aviator can focus on dogfighting and making the aerial maneuvers necessary to survive in difficult situations. The fighter would be an ambitious step forward in fighter aviation, designed to address future threats and opportunities in a rapidly evolving aerospace landscape. While its specifications remain classified, the project diverges significantly from the Gripen family of multi-role fighters in purpose, technology, and operational philosophy. However, Flygsystem 2020's advanced capabilities would not necessarily result in a rapid one-for-one replacement of the older Gripen in the Swedish Air Force. Instead, like the American F-35, the Flygsystem 2020 will likely be introduced into tranches, teaming up with older, non-stealthy fighters well into the future, a nod to cost-effectiveness and affordability. Developing a high-end stealth fighter is a significant break from that strategy. Not only will the Flygsystem 2020 fighter undoubtedly cost significantly more, but the resulting jet's export potential would be more limited than the Gripen. It would cater to countries that require a stealth capability. Flygsystem 2020, by contrast, appears to prioritize a more specialized role in high-threat environments against dangerous and powerful adversaries. In a few words, a peer or near-peer rival. The Flygsystem 2020's high level of radar evasion is what sets it apart from the JAS-39 Gripen, which is a quality fighter. Saab wants to make the Flygsystem 2021 of the stealthiest airplanes. One of the key differences between the Gripen and Flygsystem 2020 is its emphasis on survivability and adaptability against modern anti-aircraft systems. If you enjoy content like this, please go ahead and like and subscribe to this video, because I appreciate all your support.